Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be walking you through making corrections on your closing argument essays. Now, uh, it is pretty important that you listen to the points and tips that I give you as I walk you through this, so that way we can make some corrections and change things so that you can score as well as possible. So, I'm going to go through and I'm going to go through the pure editing document here, and then I'm going to look at a sample essay over here, and I'm going to just sort of walk through what this person did well and what could have been improved upon. All right, so the first step is, do they begin by thanking the jury? Do they begin by using the words thank you and jury in the first sentence? So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, for taking time to listen to this case. All right, done. They've done that. If you do not use the words thank you and jury or some variation of that, it's very possible that you lost points for this. Okay, so the second part. The writer includes an appropriate amount of background information and summary. So again, this is who is our victim, who are our suspects, when did this happen? What happened? Where did this happen? How did this happen? And if possible, why did this happen? All right. So on July 15th, 2008, in Orlando, Florida, Kaylee Marie Anthony was found missing by a 911 call made by her grandmother Cindy's mother. Casey Anthony was charged with first-degree murder in 2008. After a 36-day trial, no, she was found not guilty of Casey murdered her daughter. Okay. I would say that we have done everything that we have, all right, or everything that we need. We have the who, all right. We have the what happened. We have the when it happened, the where it happened, and we even have the why it happened at the end here, which is good. It's important for establishing motive. All right. A strong thesis statement, guys. This is so important. This is so important. Please check your thesis statement. If you don't have blank is innocent or blank is guilty, then you don't have step one, which is your claim. You need to have a claim. What are you arguing? All right, so when I look here, Casey Marie Anthony should have been found guilty of first degree murder. All right, bam, we have our claim. It's right there. That's very clear. It's straightforward. We don't need to guess or anything like that. All right, so the next part of our thesis is our three major arguments. All right, because there was an odor in the trunk of the car, skeletal remains were found by her parents' house, and false information that she gave to law enforcement. We've got our three major reasons. If I had to make one critique, um, I would say instead of skeletal remains, I would say Kaylee Anthony's remains. Okay, I would be very clear. And instead of false information she gave to law enforcement, I would say Casey Anthony gave false information to law enforcement. But other than that, we've got our clear claim. We've got our three reasons why. All right, we're good to move on. Now, our topic sentences, okay, should contain our claim. In fact, we should essentially be able to copy and paste this right here, claim, first reason why, and that should more or less be our topic sentence. You could obviously change up the phrasing or anything like that, but that's what we're looking for. All right, so let's see if our writer did this. Casey Marie Anthony is guilty because her car, which was in her possession, smelled like there was a body inside. There we go. All right. Hey guys, check your essays. Do you have this? Do you have a clear claim in your topic sentence and then your first reason why? All right. The order of your thesis should match the order of your body paragraph. So, should have been found guilty because there was an odor in the car. That's paragraph one right here. All right. Skeletal remains were found by her parents' house. Let's see. First degree murder, skeletal remains. All right, there we go. And our third body paragraph should be that about her lying to law enforcement. So let's see. Casey Anthony is guilty. There we go. She lied to law enforcement. All right. So she's done everything that we need to here. All right. Now let's look back at our body paragraph now that we have all of our topic sentences. Okay. Um, provides context for a piece of evidence, cites where it came from, and is listed on the works cited page. All right. So, says additionally, Cindy's quote to the police was, "I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car." Cindy gets okay. So we don't know where this quote came from. All right. Yes, Cindy said it. So again, um, did we introduce that Cindy is, yep, her grandmother? So we've already done that. I would maybe make this a little more clear, Cindy Anthony, okay, just to be, additionally specific here. Quote to the police was, I found, so we have this quote, but we don't know where it came from. So even if I was going to check on a works cited page that this was here, I can't. I don't know where this quote came from. So our writer has not done their job of citing their sources here. Okay. Um, so they would lose points for not citing their source right here. The next, they provide at least 3 sentences that explains the quote, why it's important, and how this means Casey Anthony is guilty. All right. So that should be at least the next 3 sentences. All right. So let's see. It looks like they've got way more than 3 sentences, but let's kind of take the time to figure out. Cindy Anthony could smell the awful scent coming from Casey's car. Okay, so that's explanation. Decomposition has a very unique odor that tends to linger for a longer period of time. Explanation. Authorities have said that an air sample test was taken to show that there was human remain in the trunk. Okay, we need a source here. Again, this is specific information. We need to know where this information came from. So it looks like our writer is missing in that field right here. A website about toxic chemical chloroform had been searched. Again, we need a source here. Where is our writer getting this information? We can't just take their word for it. All right. So guys, anytime you make a claim like this, you need to tell us where you got this information so that we know, that we can double check it so that we can believe you. It gives your paper some credibility so that we know you're not just making things up. All right, chloroform and decomposition tested positive. Okay, so again, we need source. We need a source here. And there were pieces of Kaylee's hair. Okay, we need a source. All right, I don't know if this was all from the same source. Okay, so this is all more evidence right here. Okay, this is all more evidence right here, and it needs to be cited. Whether it's all coming from the same source or what, we don't know. All right, but we need to know where this information came from. Cindy Anthony was familiar with the car and knew that this odor was relatively new. All right. If I was to offer this writer some feedback, I would say we need to expand on this idea more. We need to get to this point sooner than the conclusion, because either we don't have a conclusion or we never analyzed and came back to our thesis. All right, we can't do those both at the same time. All right, we need to make sure that we are getting to this point. Again, this is our thesis. This is what we're arguing. This is the important thing. We need to focus more on this point. All right, that this is the reason why she is guilty. We need to explain that. We need to be specific. We need to be straightforward. Okay. So guys, this is what we're looking for with body paragraphs. All right. Very, very important. Make these changes. People lost a lot of points for not citing their sources, for not explaining and analyzing. All right. For simple like topic sentences, not having topic sentences. Okay. Please make sure that you're double checking that. Now, just like in class, I'm not going to go over each body paragraph. All right. Otherwise, it would just be me repeating the same things over and over again. Instead, what I'm going to get to right now is addressing the opposition and counterclaims. All right. So remember, in this paragraph, you're supposed to say, You're supposed to address that there is an opposing side, bring up their arguments, and then refute them, argue against them. Tell me why those arguments are not valid or important. All right. So begins by acknowledging the opposition. So it says on the defense side, led by Jose Baez and co-attorney Cheney Mason, a completely different chain of events was told. That's an interesting way to phrase that. Okay, that's very well done. They've done what they're supposed to. They acknowledged the opposition. They stated that Casey's father, George, was involved and that Kaylee drowned in the family pool on July 2016, 2008. According to Baez, George had sexually abused Casey Anthony when she was 8 years old, and that her brother Lee had made sexual. Okay. So I don't know if this is coming from this source here or not. All right. And I don't know what the Jacksonville is, so we need to also give a little more context for that as well. So again, this is all evidence here. Okay, so they're addressing a specific claim. So they're addressing that the argument from the defense is clearly something else happened. Kaylee drowned. Okay, and that seems to be that they're also arguing that Casey Anthony is a sociopath. One sec. So it says now we're getting into their specific arguments to this point. Casey Anthony should have never waited 31 days to get the news that her child was missing. That's true. George had moved out of the house because of marital problems with his wife. Okay, there were no problems between him and his daughter, and there was actually a close bond. Okay, so refuting this claim that there was some sort of conflict between the two, very good. She was trying to hide the fact that she was dead from her father and mother. Okay. All right, so this is very well done. It looks like they have taken all of this time to refute this argument that they've listed above. Okay, that's very well done. On the ABC News website, it states, okay, so we've provided both context and we've cited our source with a lead in here. Okay, so we should be able to go down and see ABC News website, and I actually forgot to do that for the Jacksonville. Let me scroll down and see if those are posted on here. All right, so here's the Jacksonville. Okay, again, I would have liked them if they were a little more specific with this, and it seems like they are there. And then we've got ABC News as well, so we're good. Casey Anthony's father found in the backyard pool and indicated that he had disposed of the body. Also said that George planted evidence to deflect suspicion from George, being the first witness called to the trial, denied his defense. Okay. So again, this should all be argument refuting that George Anthony was involved. Being the first witness, deny this defense. Okay, there we go. He never said he heard anything about Kaylee drowning. Very good. This was the first time that Casey brought it up to him. Very good. George had said when it hurt really bad, I wouldn't be here today. I would have done everything. What happened? Okay, again, we need to know where this came from. All right, we need to know. We need to cite this source. We need to cite this quote. But in general, the writer does a very good job of refuting these arguments. Okay, so guys, just looking at the rubric. If you didn't have a clear thesis, then you lost points in that. If you didn't have specific supporting claims, you lost points. All right. If you didn't have evidence, if you didn't tell us where they came from, then you lost points for that. If you didn't analyze that evidence, you lost points for that. All right. So guys, please make sure that you are going through your rubric. Please make sure that you are following these steps. If you have any questions, please let us know. All right. We are trying to help you in any way that you can, or that we can, all right, because we're really trying to lay the foundation of writing for this entire year. All right, so if you have any questions, please let us know.